All right, if you came here from the U-joint video, bingo, that's freaking trash. That was literally just filmed on the same day. Welcome back. This is the Fummins diesel back on the road. Okay, now a lot of you guys have been asking about the truck. We'll just be 100% real. Got a little bit of wind, sorry everybody, but 100% real. Oh my gosh, it's like a wind tunnel. The poor thing has had a rough couple months. As you can see, yeah, that's not good. Poor thing has been bleeding out because she lost the U-joint on the way back from one of our car shows and much other abuse. Now what else has been going on? Well, she's just been sitting and rusting like our other vehicles, but we tried moving it, busted a couple bolts in the bumper. That's a sad day, RIP, whatever. Now the good portion, the portion of this is that I guarantee you that she'll start up when I get ready to start it. But what we're gonna do right now, or I'm gonna do, is throw this guy back in there and load this baby girl back up with some training fluid and hopefully get her back on the road and driving, you know, in a very, very short time here. So wish me luck. We'll see you guys back in a second. All right, let's get under here, guys. Look at this sucker. There is the carnage. I got this one out already. You guys can see what happened there. That's an RIP. We're gonna take this sucker off. These were actually brand new. I guess it was a little bit over a year ago now, but those things look like they're about 30 years old now. How rusty and beat up they are. Hopefully this greasable U-joint lasts a little bit longer than the solid one we had on, because I honestly don't think so, because they're cheaper yet, but we'll darn toot and see. Probably should go get some new straps since these are beat up, but I'm not going to. Ratchet wrenches are just too thick. Thicker than a Snicker. Yeah, those things are not very pretty. But we'll run them. Run it, bud. So you might ask yourself, oh, now why, oh why, did he pull the whole transfer case down out of the truck? That's because our transmission is too long and our drive shaft is itty bitty, itty bitty, and I can't get it in at an angle when it's actually in the truck. So that being said, we have to, anytime we blow that U-joint in particular, we have to drop the whole shebang. Maybe in the future we'll be changing the transmission to a ZF5, which is what I would really love to do, but as of right now the funds just aren't available for that project, because I'm trying to save up for something that's going to be crazy interesting, crazy fast, crazy fun, other than the wagon. Speaking of that, check out the wagon build. That is not happening right now because it's been freezing cold. Oh, she going down, boss man. Booga. Now the best part about this truck is you can literally sit underneath it because it's so tall. That's been the best part since we ever built it, since you have to manually shift the transfer case into four-wheel drive or not, since we haven't figured out a different way to do it, because this guy's kind of complicated to get it to pivot. The sad part is it takes longer to take these guys off than it takes for me to replace a U-joint. Here's some dingleberry. Bank that back and forth a little bit. Nada. Now should be able to slide that cap of the other one pretty easily in there. Yeah, just leave that like that. Don't need to get too wild with her. If she's being that way today, oh, she gone. You can watch this failure when it falls on my head. Like that. Woo! Yes, transfer cases are heavy, if anybody wondered at all. Whew! Got her. We got it. As you can see, it's pinned up there. Now here's 9/16 grade 8 bolts that go in there. Now, I slightly messed up because I gotta let that down at the same time. Oh, here comes Doggo. Ooga booga booga. After a bunch of struggles, big struggle bus, as you've seen, that is all in and done. Yeah, it needs to go up a ton in the front so that we can sort out the little angle a little bit, but that is how it is for now. So I'm gonna throw the bolts in this sucker. Next thing you see will be hopefully me starting this bad old girl up for the first time in about probably 4 or 5 months. So yeah, get that garbage can out of here. So if everybody can't remember, this transfer case is held up by, oh, now I can't remember my count. 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 8 bolts put in. Do the easy way. Use my impact to get her kind of snug. Good. She gone. Well, I just checked the fluids. Oil is very good, right at the fill marker. Water is good, and it is right at the edge, so we'll puke a little bit out. Need to make an overflow tank for that. Put it right here. But all wiring is still tight, orderly. Box is hooked up. Now I just need to go get the battery, and we're ready to fire her on up. All right, here we go. First start up in 4 months. Take a guess how long it's gonna take to crank this puppy. I really did not even try to start to begin with. I didn't even have the pump running at all. I literally just turned the switch, and it started right up. It sounds awesome. I love this truck. It's freaking sweet. All right, let's see if it'll go into gear and reverse or anything, because we lost a little bit of fluid sitting while I didn't have a drive shaft in it. If it goes in reverse, we got enough fluid to get down the road, and we can fill it back up when we get home. Not a big deal. All right, she went in reverse and drive just fine. Now the only thing it's doing is shooting a little bit of white smoke out the stack right now. I don't know if that's because it's been sitting, it's got a little bit of water in the fuel. So we're gonna move some cars around and go on the test drive. Now we really haven't had a proper tour of this vehicle, I guess, ever. And I think we'll do that when we get back to my house. I'm gonna surprise Alex. I don't think, he did not know that I was gonna be driving it home today. He didn't even know I was gonna be fixing it today, I don't think. So we're gonna go and, oh, no power steering. We're gonna go and surprise him. See if we got all gears first. It's supposed to be a 3-speed with overdrive, or a 3-speed with basically a 4th gear. And I haven't been able to get that work. That's what those are sitting right there. I had a plug I bought and it didn't work. So that's gonna be something that I sort out this year, or I might take it to the shop, have them look at the diesel motor. They're specialized in diesels and specialized in Cummins. They'll look at the engine, make sure I got everything hooked up right, and I might have them look at that transmission too, because I really want it to have 4th gear so I can actually drive it longer distances. Because right now I'm revving it out pretty far to go about 50 miles an hour or 45 miles an hour, and I don't like doing that. If we had 4th gear, I could get going about 70, 75 with this. You know, that's a little sketchy with these big military tires, but I like to do it just so I can drive this more often. But as you can hear, we're going basically, because the speedometer is way off, we're going about 50, and she purrs like a kitten, goes down the road extremely straight for what it is. She got a little bounce to her, and that's just because the old heavy-duty suspension, the tires. But other than that, this thing's an absolute blast to drive around, gets tons of attention. Everybody loves the hood stack, everybody just loves it in general, which is awesome. So, yeah. Finally, oh my gosh! Ah!
Alright, I was sitting here doing dishes. I heard something, and it sounds like the diesel, because he always comes back home going like, bah, 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 bah. Oh, dude, look! It's freaking alive. Holy shit.
Oh, hey! What do you think? She's back to life.
Yeah, dude. Damn. How was it? You look a little dirty.
It was like bench pressing and oxen. It's worth it. Because she's back home. Well,
Oh, show.
she's back home with me.
It's badass. I miss this thing.
I think we all did. I kind of told everybody, like, you know, where it's been at, but I don't know. I haven't really talked too much about, like, you know, what's been done afterwards and what needs to be done. So,
Yeah?
I don't know. Whatever you want to do. What do you hear? Ooh.
Just all the ooh. Oh, yeah. She's looking gooch.
So, you know how it kind of like bucks when it starts getting up and moving? You remember that at all? So, I think that's because the pinion, the angle from the transmission to the transfer case is a little steep for the 6 inches that the drive shaft is.
Oh.
So, I think that's why that's so poopy. So,
Okay.
we're never gonna be able to turn this thing up for horsepower. We're probably gonna have to stay cute and small at the stock horsepower, but. I think because this day and age sucks and the EPA can suck a you-know-what, we're going to turn up the smoke, the daily driven death trap pipe.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, because we support
Our own
emissions. we support clean air.
You're going to get a lawsuit now.
I don't even care. Bingo was the name of F250 Fummins. If you've watched the last video on the road, it's been a long time since that video. Very long time, about a year exactly. So, what's been going on in that year? If you, Alex, can plug in some of the what's been going on today, what I've been doing to it, and that's basically where it's been at. It's either been being used, it's being abused, or been at car shows. So the people we throw car shows for get to see what we built. So since that video, if I recall, she did not have a hood. Now, as you can see, it has a hood, obviously. Now on that hood is our custom welded on stack, because you can't go without a hood stack on a big diesel. At least I don't think so, and it really matches the truck's looks. Plus we've also put on, or re-put on, the front bumper and the fog lights. Now those are not hooked up just yet. They will be, unless we do build a custom front bumper, which we really should, because it would look freaking nasty cool. What else has been done? Now it's not gonna look like much, because I don't know if many people seen the inside since the original video, but it does have new carpet, a little dirty now. It does have a new seat cover. It's waiting for its dash pad to be put in, but I think I sold the dash pad with my race truck. Oof. But anyway, it all still is doing its thing. It's basically the same as it was. I think you guys saw, we did the body work on it. No, it's never gonna be painted. It's always gonna be red and green. What have we kind of discovered since we built it? Since I've been driving it for a year now. We figured out that it likes to blow U-joints. We also figured out that it does not like overdrive. I already talked about that, so he can plug that if he wants to.
It likes to take down sheds.
It likes to take down sheds. You guys haven't seen that, and if you have, that was on TikTok. Go check out our TikTok. It's pretty interesting, pretty cool stuff. A little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Very, very fun. But it likes to tear down sheds. It likes to cruise about 35-40 miles an hour. But all in all, this has probably been, well, other than the Univic, it's been the most reliable vehicle we have on the channel by far. We've driven it, well, I don't know, if I had to guess, it's probably been about 2,000 miles, wouldn't you say, Alex?
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
It's been
decent.
It's been very good. With the only issues we've had, we had a fuel pump go out, which was kind of to be expected, because it sat for, like, the engine sat itself for probably over 8-10 years. And then it probably drank a little bit of water when it was sitting last summer. I think really that's the only like awful issue we've had with it. It wouldn't want to start. Other than that, the Cummins, as you've seen today, it started right up. It was just like 2 seconds.
And it was right 28 off. This morning too.
Yeah, and it was 28 this morning. I got a little bit of heat from the sun, but you know, it still hadn't ran in like 3-4 months. Which is immaculate. Now, what's the plans for this old girl? I can't promise you anything really on this, because it's kind of one of those things that it runs and drives and it does everything it's supposed to do. It doesn't look good, but it does everything it's supposed to do. Now, what I'd like to do is I would like to take it, I just talked about this too, I'd like it to take it to a shop in Central Iowa here, have them take a gander at the transmission, have them get the gearing so I have 4th gear so I can drive it on the interstate. I would also like them to look at the Cummins, because we got a little bit of white smoke blowing out when we started up. It doesn't have blow by, it doesn't have anything else wrong with it. I just want a little bit more black smoke, as I just talked about. So, other than that, I would also like to get different rims and tires for it. I love the wagon wheel look, but she's a rough riding girl. I like to find some nice like motos or something to stick on it, just because it would be more practical for, you know, highway use, especially when we get the gearing all figured out. That would be much more drivable. And I also like to get everything, I like to take the bed off, redo the chassis, but is that going to happen? Probably not.